Scotland is known for various sports, football and rugby being two of the big ones. They're also known for shinty, once described to me as a bunch of men trying to whack each other with sticks. And of course, they're known for golf. But today I want to talk about another sport. It is believed to have been invented, or at least played in Scotland for many generations. Curling, named for the way the stones curl as they move along the ice. Sometimes in Scotland it's referred to as a rowing game, because of the roaring sound the stone often makes as it glides along. I have to admit that curling is not a sport I know much about. Like many, I watch it every so often when it's on the Winter Olympics. But I know very little about it. So I will give just a basic overview of the sport before moving on to my usual focus on history and tourist information. Curling is a sport played between two teams, each with 4 players. The game is similar in many ways to bowls or shuffleboard. Each team tries to get their stones closer to a circular target. The stones are pushed along the ice, while 2 other members of the team often sweep the ice in front of the stone. This is done to make the stone travel faster and straighter. Curling is known to have been played in Scotland by the 16th century, as a curling stone dated 1511 was found in the bottom of a pond in Dunblane. The stone is now on display, along with the world's oldest football, or soccer ball for my fellow Americans, at a museum in Stirling. Originally, the game was played on frozen rivers using flat-bottomed stones from rivers or fields. Later, purpose-built ponds were made in several Scottish towns. As Scottish people immigrated all around the world, they took the game with them. It became especially popular in Canada. In fact, the Royal Montreal Curling Club is said to be the oldest active sporting club in all of North America. What really drew my attention to curling was the mention that all curling stones used in the Olympics are made by the same small company in Scotland. In fact, the same company provides the only stones used by the World Curling Federation and has provided all the stones for the Olympics since 1924, with the exception of the 2002 Games. This small company is Kay's Curling Stones, located in the town of Mauchline. They have been making curling stones since 1851, when William Kay and his sons began the business. What makes their stones so good? They have the exclusive right to harvest stones from Ailsa Craig, an island off the coast of Scotland, also known locally, and most likely as because it lies between Scotland and Ireland, as Paddy's Milestone. Interestingly, the island is owned by the Marquis of Ailsa, who is also the Earl of Castiles, whose ancestor, Gilbert Kennedy, and his extreme measures to get land I made a previous video about. The stones from the island were found to make the best curling stones, especially the stone known as Blue Hone, which is only found on the island and has an extremely low water absorption rate, helping prevent the stones from being eroded by constantly going over the ice. As the uninhabited island is now a bird sanctuary, harvesting of the stones only takes place very rarely, the last 2 trips being in 2013 and 2020, when several thousand tons were taken off carefully over a period of several days. Though curling might not be the most popular of sports, it is played all over the world and in the Olympics, and it amazes me to think that the sole provider for the Olympics is a small little company in Scotland, making use of stone from a landmark often visible off the Scottish coast. I hope you've enjoyed this brief look at a Scottish sport of curling. Until next time, goodbye.